You ever feel disconnected from your life? How's this for a metaphor of living only part of yourself? Like your true self is in the dark and your self that you're just presenting to the world is in the light. I really want to stress the importance of this topic right now. It has been something I have struggled with so much, especially in motherhood. And if I'd have known this a long time ago, 6 years ago when my daughter was born, I could have avoided so much pain for myself. Hey, my name is Dars. Welcome here. Serious topic today, because guess what? I just had a conversation and it is really, I feel like I knew this in so many ways before, but this conversation really brought it home for me. And I hope I do not forget this extremely huge, important lesson. And I hope you can take something from it as well. Just make sure my mic isn't, okay. So, personality tests, personality types. Of course, there are a bunch of personality tests out there, right? You go online, you take the test, 5-question quiz, and you're like, oh, these are my results, woo. And you might be like, this kind of sounds like me, but not really. And then you go and take another one. And I know some people aren't that interested in personality tests, and some people like me are obsessed with them. I will take all of the personality tests across the internet, across the books, across the knowledge base of the world, and it still won't be enough. I'll still want to learn about more personality tests. But if you were here over last winter, I discovered the human design personality test, or like the human design, the design of the human, as like different types and different ways we respond to things and such. I was obsessed with that. I'm so intrigued. But anyway, the thing about personality tests, okay, if you find like the Enneagram test is a tried and true, it's old. I actually haven't really dug into that one much. I want to dig into it, but that's kind of the one that was topic of conversation for this conversation. But the thing is, if you are living true to yourself, true to your natural tendencies, and everybody has different tendencies. We're all so different. People are not the same. Like, yes, we're similar, but even people who are the same personality type, they grew up in a different house, they had different parents, they had different schools, they had different teachers at school, they had different, there's so many levels of difference between each and every human. So, but if you're living true to yourself, it's just everything comes natural, easy, whatever, not super easy all the time. Obviously, we all have lessons that we need to grow through, but if you are living against what your natural tendencies are, one, you're going to use up more energy because it's harder for you to do something that feels unnatural, and the body starts to go into survival mode when you are not I feel so passionate about this. I'm like, I have to get the right words, and then I'm starting to overthink what I'm trying to say. And so where do I start? Okay. Back in the caveman days, right? Our brains are just wired, and our bodies are just wired for survival, right? The first thing we need is to survive, because if we don't survive, then nothing else matters. And so when we are trying to survive, we're also trying to conserve energy, because if we don't have enough energy to, for example, like kill off a bear that comes across us, or a tiger, then we're gonna die, right? So we need to conserve energy just in case of whatever. That's just wired in our bodies from birth, let's say, from ancestors way back. And so conserve energy, right, is a huge thing. And like I said, if you're not living in congruence with your natural tendencies, you're going to use up more energy. the more energy you use up, the more tired you become. The more tired you become, the less able you are to deal with hard things and to learn things and to grow. You're just like going into the survival mode, right? And that is something I have really struggled with, is like comparing my parenting style, my mothering style, to other mothers. Some mothers have it in them. It is their personality. They are born with the natural tendency to just, sit on the couch and cuddle a newborn and make cookies with their kids and make crafts and play Legos and any type of like child activity. Like they're a touchy-feely kinetic type of, I want to just sit here and do things with you, and I'm so happy to just do it, and it fulfills me to the brim. Like, I love it. And then there's other moms like me, and I know there's probably hundreds or thousands of other mothering and parenting styles and types, and so I'm not saying these are the only two, but these are two that I have struggled with. One is a style that I've seen in people around me, and the other is my natural tendency, which is very like, I love to learn, I love to think, I love to ponder, I love to, I'm just very much in my head, like mental learner thinker type, that it's kind of an interruption to my natural like wanting to learn and whatnot. When a child comes and says, "Mom," it's like, but like, oh, I'm here, I'm in my house, I'm sitting on my chair, I have kids. Like, I'm not saying I ever, what's that word? I don't neglect my kids at all. I'm not saying that, but just like I get lost in my head or like whatever I'm doing, and then they come and say, "Mom," and I'm just like jerked back into like reality of the moment. And I'm just not a let me sit down and play with you for 5 hours kind of a mom. I'm just like, as much as I would love to have my kids be homeschooled, I could not be that homeschool mom. Some people thrive and they love it. That's just not my type. That's just not me. And as much as I compare myself to the people around me and think, oh man, I wish I was that homeschool mom. Oh man, I wish I was that mom that was like so hands-on and loved to do all these things. I wish it's just, it's a waste of energy because that's not my natural tendency. And then it's also a waste of energy when I try to do that because I'm fighting against myself. And really what kids need is for us to just express our true self and try to, figure out what feels natural to us in different ways in different parts of life, so that then our kids can also start to experiment and explore and see what their natural tendencies are. Man, I need to dig more into this. I need to gather my thoughts, but if you are into personality tests, let me know in the comments. If you have, if you're into Enneagrams, comment down below because I'm going to dig into that real shortly here. And man, I could just go on and on about this, but please, I implore you, experiment with your day-to-day. Just like feel into who you are, what your natural is, and try not to compare yourself to other people and beat yourself up for not being like maybe a mom that you admire, whether it's online or in person or a relative or family member. And ugh. Okay, thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.